Gotta get me a shave and clean up a little bit. But it's all wonderful. Now I'm on video, babe. I want to ask a question because I'm experiencing something and I'm like, you know what? I need to do this video because I was just talking to Emma and I was like, I study men like Donald Trump. I study men like Malcolm X. I study men that could snap their fingers and have a whole army behind them. I'm talking about a real army. I'm not talking about followers, just followers. I study men like I study drug dealers. I study drug dealers, powerful drug dealers um that can snap their fingers and people will go murder on their behalf. People will go risk their life. People will give their life. I study Jesus. I study people that other people would give their life for these people. Okay. The reason why I do that is because I desire to be like that. I desire to be the type of man that um I can snap my finger and people will do my bidding. Okay. Um People will fall in line. I could just look at somebody and they would fall in line. Every man should desire to be that type of man. Okay. People are going to call it narcissism, controlling, whatever you want to call it. But then you would be saying God, the creator of the balanced universe, the biblical God. Okay. I mean, the biblical God would be if the biblical God was to really be analyzed, people would see the biblical God is a controlling narcissist also. He really is. The biblical God, according to y'all definition, is a controlling narcissist. Okay? He's not just a confident man, a creator, a protector. According to y'all, he's a controlling narcissist, according to y'all. Because men that are passionate about the truth are men that don't back down from nothing and nobody. Righteous men are men that people die for. Okay? People die for real righteous men. Real righteous men. I could tell when a man is truly righteous because 9 times out of 10, nothing is 100%. But I could tell when a man is truly righteous when he's protected by the universe. He's protected by the creator of the balanced universe and the universe. I could definitely tell when he's protected. What I mean by that, I'm not saying he can't catch a bullet and die. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is people don't just talk about, oh, we have to protect this man. People literally go out their way to protect them. Okay? People literally went out their way to try to protect Jesus. People literally went out their way to try to protect Malcolm X. Okay? People literally went out their way to try to protect Martin Luther King. People went out their way to try to protect did I say Malcolm X? Dr. King, obviously Donald Trump. Who am I missing that I had in there? Oh, Obama. He's so irrelevant to me. I'm not even. But nevertheless, people tried to protect Barack Obama. You know, a lot of people. Barack Obama was one of them guys. He could have snapped his fingers and, you know, be like, go kill them white people, and probably a lot of black people would do it. Probably a lot of black people would do it. Okay. Um, so you know, I study men like this, but there's two men in particular that I really, really study. Okay, Malcolm X and Donald Trump. Malcolm X and Donald Trump. Martin Luther King and Obama were more like puppets to me, you know, going by whatever super rich people tell them to do. Nevertheless, they did have the influence over people. Okay. But not only do Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, excuse me, not only do Malcolm X and Donald Trump have influence over people, but they control their own mind. Okay, they do what they want to do. They don't care what the establishment tell them to do. They do what they want to do. Okay. And Martin Luther King, before he died, he was about to do what he wanted to do. That's why they killed him. They're not gonna kill you if you doing everything they tell you to do. They kill you and destroy you when they see you're doing the opposite, or you're starting to go against them. You know, when you don't give a fuck anymore and you want to be your own man, you want to have power. Okay, that's when they go after you, they kill you and stuff like that, you know, when you're no more used to them. All right. So and when they see you have that influence and that power on top of it, okay, to have people do what you tell them to do. Okay. So even Ronald Reagan, I should have put Ronald Reagan in the mix, and John F. Kennedy, Tupac Shakur, um, all very powerful men, influencers and men. Okay, you could even put some women in there, Oprah Winfrey, um, um, you know, you could put women like Oprah Winfrey in there. But anyhow, I study these people, not just how they influence, because actually anybody could be an influencer. You know, as you could see, you know, you have a lot of people that influence negatively. You know, you have a lot of people that don't influence the most righteous things. Okay, they don't represent the most righteous things. Okay, so anybody could be an influencer. My thing is not so much of people being influencers, because anybody can you know, just say what the people want to hear, and people, you know, flock and rally behind them. My thing is people that are not just influencers, but they hold the power. They hold the power to make people um do their bidding. Okay, even Michael Jackson, there are many people that would die for Michael Jackson. People have died for Michael Jackson, passed out, fainted. You know, people have went to Michael Jackson concerts and didn't make it out alive. Just a mere sight of him, they passed out, fainted, and died. Okay. Um, so I study these type of people, you know. Um, Women are very attracted to men like this. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Okay. A woman would know that preacher is married. That pastor is married with a whole family, and still go and sleep with the man, be with the man. Okay. Martin Luther King, you know, it's in his book. He cheated on his wife. Okay. Um, Malcolm X was a pimp. Donald Trump, it's known that he's a ladies' man also. Always been a ladies' man. Um, Obviously, Barack Obama is very charming, you know. I'm not going to go into his sexuality. That's a whole nother video. But for the most part, women are very attracted. There's probably not a, I'm not going to say not, but there's many black women would drop their drawers for Barack Obama, whether he's a homosexual or even if they know he's a homosexual, they would still drop their drawers for him. Okay, so women are very attracted to men with this type of power and influence. It's undeniable. You know, a lot of women are just attracted to power, right? Because in power comes the ability to provide, to protect. It's just a whole um thing, you know, about a man having power. It's very attractive to him. Am I wrong, baby? All right. Am I powerful, baby?
To me.
But women love that power. You know, women love that thrust of a man. No woman want a bitch ass dude. Okay? Matter of fact, the reason why so many women will stay with a dude that does her wrong, you know, is because she feels, even though she feels threatened by him, you know, he beats her ass, she still feels protected by him at the same time. You know, subconsciously, a lot of women stay in relationships because, you know, it's like, yeah, I know he beat my ass, but he'll beat anybody ass for me. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women stay in relationships because of that. You know, I'm quite sure you guys have heard of women staying in relationships because they're scared of what that dude's people will do to her. They're not even scared of the dude. They scared of what the dude's peoples will do to her if she left him, if they see her in the street with another dude. Okay, because they know the type of power and influence that dude has over people. Okay, so you know, women are just attracted to that. No woman wants a weak ass man that pretty much just say yes baby, yes dear to everything. You know, obviously a woman wants a man that's not abusive, mentally, verbally, emotionally, any way like that. But at the same time, am I saying it right? Obviously a woman does not want a man that is abusive mentally, emotionally, spiritually, any type of way like that. But at the same time, she wants a man that has certain characteristics or traces of a man that is abusive, of a man that is controlling. Okay, whether you guys agree with it or not, a man that is abusive and controlling, he has a level of violence in him that he doesn't mind doing or extracting on others to get his point across. Okay, a guy that has no control, doesn't want any control, he doesn't have this level of violence in him, so he's not gonna protect a woman at all. You know what I'm saying? He's just not. You know, and I think a woman would almost rather be with a dude that is violent, that is controlling, knowing he will protect her in a situation over a dude that she could control. She could tell him what to do. You got to get in on this video, baby. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. You the woman over being with a guy that you know, she knows if they in the streets and a fight break out, he's like, baby, come on, let's run, let's go. You know, I don't want to get into this, you know, and knowing there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to go, you know, but he's telling her, let's back down. You know, a woman would rather a man that's like, hey, I'm gonna fight this tooth and nail because our backs against the wall. Just stay behind me, I'll protect you. You know, versus, you know, him putting her. There's a lot of men, so-called men, that will put a woman in harm's way to protect himself. There's a lot of men like that. Okay. There's also a lot of men, and there's levels to a man protecting. There's some men, like the brother that was obviously trying to protect his daughter and ran upon a DCF worker for being a male DCF worker for being alone in a room with his daughter. Obviously his daughter probably told him something. I don't see him just running up on a man like that, and his daughter didn't tell him something. Or maybe his daughter didn't tell him anything. Maybe he was just uncomfortable with the idea of his daughter being alone in a room with a man, right? Anyhow, the brother ran up on the DCF worker and almost killed him, or maybe he did kill him. I'm not even sure. I got to freshen up on the story. And this is the type of man that a lot of women would be attracted to. You know, where and then a lot of women on the other side gonna be like, "What's wrong with him? He's so controlling. He's abusive. What woman would be with a man like that? Just run upon other people and want to beat them up, right?" But the majority of women, they would prefer a man like that. Okay, they would prefer a man like that. There's no, to me, there's no gray area in life. There's really no gray area in life. It's extremely hard to maintain balance. I see it even in the universe. We're in fall right now, but we have really cool days and we have really hot days in fall. In spring we have really cool days and we have really hot days. Obviously in summer it's really hot. Obviously in winter it's really cold. Okay, rarely is it just like a perfect temperature, perfect 75 temperature, partly cloudy, water is perfectly warm, air is perfectly cool. I mean, you're just not gonna find it. What life and nature does is once something becomes too extreme this way, it balances it off, by bringing in the opposite. So basically, if it's really too hot, it starts to rain to cool it down. If it's really too cool, the sun comes out to heat it up a little bit. If you have a situation where um a, a man is just that controlling and abusive, um obviously he might take it too far and end up in jail or prison or something like that. Okay, now a woman have to make that decision in her head. Okay, do I want a man that is controlling and abusive yet is going to protect me by any means necessary, because he doesn't have that balance? Or do I want a man that is a bitch and is going to run at the first sight of danger, or is going to have me handle all the affairs, you know, in a relationship and in life and in business, while he just takes a back seat, work his job, and give me the money. And I literally, as a woman, handle everything. Women have to make this decision. Does she want the nice guy that she has to control and tell him what to do, or does she want the bad boy that she cannot control him at all, but she doesn't, she could rest well at night knowing nobody's gonna harm her? Do y'all battle with that, babe?
I think I need a balance personally with a nice guy and a bad boy. Personally,
Am I that?
I think you are balanced for me. Like you'll tell me when I'm wrong
I'll
and when
snatch your
I'm
wig back
right.
sometime.
No.
How I do it?
No. You will tell me like if I'm being too negative, you'll like be negative, and then I'll snap out of it. Like, I haven't had that before. I was always in the control seat. It seemed like though they wanted to be bad boy, I made all the decisions. It seemed like most of the time, major decisions. Um, I just need balance personally, and I think that you bring balance to me.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, most people, that's what we want. Even as a man, I want a balanced woman. I want the lady in the streets, but the freak in the sheets. Like everybody want that perfect balanced person, but it's so rare. You know what I'm saying?
That's why sometimes you just have to wait on it and not just
Hmm.
go for anything and not be blinded
Yeah.
by shiny object.
Right. You know.
Or the size of his Johnson. So,
Hmm.
it's like the motion of the boat, not really the size. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think everybody just needs balance. A little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Yeah. I mean,
but not too
obviously,
much.
yeah. Obviously, everybody would love that balance, but I mean, like I say,
Also, waiting on that balance,
yeah,
being patient for that balance.
yeah,
Both sides need to hear each other's, I don't know, past traumas to get to the healing part of the relationship. Come to the relationship healed, but know where the triggers are.
yeah, yeah. That's actually a great point because like I say, nobody's really perfectly balanced. Some may be more balanced than others, but nobody's really perfectly balanced. And like I say, it's more or less like somebody would be too far right, and then the universe got to smack them back to get them a little bit more left, and somebody be too far left, and the universe smack them, and then it's up to that individual to humble themselves enough to say, "Dang, I'm wrong," or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
So to me, that's a balanced person is somebody that can admit they wrong, and actually make changes,
Right.
actually repent and make
Mm-hmm.
changes to fix the error of their
Right.
way. To me, that's a
Mm-hmm.
balanced person. An unbalanced person is somebody just like, fuck it, I'm me.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna
I
listen. I've
ain't
been
never
like
gonna
this
change.
forever. I ain't gonna change. But change is every day, and it's inevitable. Or you're just gonna be like, yesterday you said like a little baby that never learns to talk, crawl, and saying, "I'm not gonna change."
Yeah,
So
if you have a lot of people out here that think not changing is the way to be. So basically you saying not changing is the way to be is you being a 1 year old and you turn 21 and you never change. So you're 1 year old, 2 year old, all the way to 21, and you still saying, Mama, Dada. No, a baby has to change.
mm-hmm.
A baby has to develop. A
Mm-hmm.
baby has to learn to speak well,
Right.
read, write, articulate, comprehend. Okay?
Yeah.
So why you as an adult doesn't want to keep evolving, why you don't want to keep changing, why you feel like, oh, you could just get to a certain point in life and just stay like that forever. No, it don't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
If you're the same person, if you evolve and change all the way up to 21, right, which most people do, and then you say, oh, I'm going to stay the same way as I am right now at 21 forever, and then you turn 41 and you the same at 21 as
Yeah.
you is at 41 or
Mm-hmm.
51.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changed. You have the same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You want to rent. You want to just smoke weed, fucking suck, work a regular job. You don't want to own land. You don't want to invest your money. You just want to throw your
Mm-hmm.
money away. You
Mm-hmm.
just want to fucking suck and have babies and be in Section 8 food stamp. You just want to be fat your whole
Yeah,
life.
live
You
happy.
just want to eat unhealthy your whole life. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
change anything
Right.
from 21 to 51, 61, whatever. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
don't complain when you
Yeah.
keep getting the same results.
Right.
Don't complain when you keep attracting the same type of dudes, the same type
Mm-hmm.
of females. You keep working on that job.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Nothing is going right in
Right
your
in your life.
life.
Right.
Don't complain
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't
You
change. So
didn't
how can your
change.
circumstance change? That's why
Exactly.
you got people 40, 50, 60 years old still renting,
Mm-hmm.
still working on a job, still complaining about life. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
changed in your life to change other things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a new man. No, you be having the same man in a different body. You be having the same woman in a different body. When you really look at everybody you've been with, it's the same person,
Right.
just in a different body.
Exactly.
You really only saw a different person when you changed. Something in you changed, and then you attracted a different type of dude, a different type of a female, or a different type of job, a different type of life. The minute you snap back to your old self, you start attracting those same old people. You start attracting those same old people. Okay? You have to change your aura, your demeanor. That starts from up here inside.
Yeah.
The inside change and the outside change, and the universe recognize that, and you start attracting a different quality people, different quality lifestyle. You take a woman that run down the street butt naked like she a prostitute, her clothes up her ass, what you think she gonna attract? You take a dude walking down the street with his pants hanging off his butt, and he talk like, yeah, man, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? What you think? What type of woman you think he gonna attract? What type of employer or job you think he gonna have? But you take a woman that dressed lovely like my beautiful wife is, dressed so lovely, and look nice and wonderful, got a whole bunch of crazy makeup on her face. She's gonna attract a dude like me. She's gonna attract somebody decent. No thugged out dude gonna really like. Most thugged out dudes gonna look at her like, dang man, she top quality. Or what people do. What people do is they'll act like they're on your level, but they not.
They're not. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Waste your time.
Waste your
But
time.
you have to be mindful enough to know that that's not what you want, or
Yeah.
to know the red flags and be willing to put those flags away and get it and leave very quickly.
We was watching a movie the other night with Lawrence Tate. He's a drug dealer, and Megan, forgot her name. She's in the movie, and they're each other's love interests. And he pretty much acts like he's a regular dude, a real estate investor, because he knows if he tell her he's a drug dealer, she ain't gonna be with him. But he got to pose as a real estate investor. Then later on in the movie, she finds out he's a drug dealer. She doesn't want to be with him anymore. But he's like, I really want to change, babe. I don't want to be in this drug game anymore. Matter of fact, I'm done. After this last deal, I'm done. Right? But he already know he has to change. That was the whole point. You have to change if you want better. Yeah. Most people watch that movie and be like, damn, that was a badass movie. He won. He killed them motherfuckers, blah, blah, blah. No, the point of the movie is he changed. He's not being a drug dealer anymore. He won the woman. He won a wonderful woman. And at the end, they live a wonderful life. But he changed. He didn't want to be a drug dealer anymore. Okay? You have to change.
Yeah, you have to get around people that are better than you and be coachable.
That's true. That's true. But anyhow, I'm just curious as to, and I wanted to put that out there as to, if you guys had to vote for a president, who would you vote for? All biasness, all racial thing aside, who would you vote for? Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Malcolm X, or Dr. Martin Luther King? Me personally, ladies first, who would you vote for? All racism aside, all biasness aside. Me too, babe. I'm going with Malcolm. Not because of any religion, race, anything like that.
His stance for me was everything, and I think that we should have been listening to him
from the beginning.
He was in the world. He knew what it was to be a dope dealer, and he also knew what it was to be submissive to a higher power, and he just embodied that energy for me that was a complete 360 change. And I think that his energy, just even to this day, I just wish, it was people would listen to Malcolm more than Martin. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't feel MLK as much as I do Malcolm X.
Yeah, because even though at the end Malcolm realized he had Martin Luther King had realized that he walked his people into a burning building, even though he realized that at the end It took till the end
And for
for him
him
to
to realize,
realize,
yes, and he was at
which
the
is no good.
parties and with the people and shaking the hands and making those deals behind closed doors. Whereas Malcolm
From the
was
beginning
from the
was
beginning,
he could see
and
through the
he turned his
bullshit.
back on the
Nation,
yeah for change.
right? You know,
So,
Malcolm. And I'm gonna tell you why. I would vote for Malcolm X or Donald Trump, but I would vote for Malcolm X not because he's a so-called black guy, which I don't want to
no, it
say.
has nothing to do
I would vote for Malcolm strictly because um, Malcolm has that, like my baby said,
he embodied that energy of a leader.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
has that power, that righteous power. He has that righteous power. Okay, Donald Trump has a certain degree of righteous power, but I think Donald Trump more has a degree of high degree of righteousness, in a sense that what is right, this is right, this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Malcolm has the right and wrong thing about him of righteousness, plus the spirituality of it. I don't think Trump is that spiritual, but he's righteous. He stands for what's right, what's wrong. And that's why people rally behind Trump. He's not for, you know, people taking your babies and making them transgender. He's not for taking your arms. Okay, he's not for drug dealers. Okay, and polluting our streets with drugs and stuff like that. He just wants to crack down, for real, crack down on drugs. He wants Americans to bear arms. Okay, he doesn't want young people under 18 to have sex change, and they're not even 18 yet. They're not even adults yet. Okay, so you know these are right things. These are righteous things. Okay, this is the right thing to do. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Even when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. You know, I honestly don't have no issue saying if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I'm obviously I might not be perfect at it, but for the most part, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, ain't nothing. I reach a point in my life where I'm not trying to hide nothing from nobody. You know, I have
right,
nothing. You
nothing
know,
to hide.
my whole life is on YouTube. If anybody want to see my life, just watch my videos. I'm not hiding anything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, I just feel like Malcolm had like a level of, like, Trump is a guy, like, he'll do certain things and then file bankruptcy and be like fuck you and stuff like that. Malcolm was not that type of guy. Malcolm had a spirituality about him. So whereas Trump might not care that um you know you fucked up his construction project because you're going through it with your wife and your mind is not there and he's just not going to pay you. Malcolm might take it as, brother, let me pay you, but get yourself together type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So Trump is a businessman, which I can't fault him for that. He running a business. He got to make money. He can't afford for you to fuck up his construction project and he got to pay you. No, he has a budget, right? Whereas Malcolm is more of a spiritual man, but they both righteous. They both, to me, believe in the right thing. Malcolm too believe in doing the right thing, and the only one in the mix I don't think believe in doing the right thing is Barack Obama. I don't see no righteousness in him. Although he is an influencer,
I think he's doing what he's told.
he just does what he's told.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Malcolm X, I mean, Martin Luther King meant right. He meant to do right. He just wasn't doing right. Okay.
For a long time.
Yeah, for a long time, he just was not doing right until the end. That's why they killed him. Okay. Whenever they kill somebody, is because that person woke up, their eyes open, and they trying to do right. Okay. With the record industry, they kill these people off because these people are trying to get their publishing rights. They're trying to teach others to get their publishing rights.
They bought land.
Or they brought land.
Estate, and it's too much.
stuff like that. Babe, go pull your car closer to the garage door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, I just had to come on here and I was just curious, as to, I think they probably trying to pass a car between the trailer and the car. So anyhow, I just had to come on here. I just thought that would be an interesting conversation. I tell you guys how I feel about these men, why I actually study these men, and how they get power, how they influence, how they're charismatic. I study these men, whether I believe in their philosophies or not. I don't believe in Barack Obama, his philosophies, but I study him. He has a certain charisma about him. You know, and I was just curious, as to what you guys say. So put in the comments, what you guys think and stuff like that. Who would you vote for president? Okay, obviously Joe Biden ain't nowhere near these caliber of men. Okay, he's nowhere near them. It might be somebody that is in this caliber of men. Like, again, I think Ronald Reagan is in these caliber of men. um, Marcus Garvey in these caliber of men. A woman, I don't believe in her and her lot of things about her, but Oprah Winfrey is probably in this caliber of people, right? So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Get in my mastermind, 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Land Mastermind. All right. I'm gonna come back with another video. We got another video for you guys. Cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas. All right. Instead of buying regular presents, you need to buy your offspring some land. Instead of buying them these dang scooters, they come with different type of scooters. They come out every year. Buy your offsprings some land. Okay, they're gonna thank you for it a year, 10 years, 100 years from now. Okay, especially if you renting. Especially if you renting. Okay, you need to buy them some land. All right. Love you guys. Peace. 754-229-0940.